And we're live. What is good, y'all? I'm Ron Kabang, also known as Youcapper from Sportsmemo.com. Right next to me is my co-host, Kevin Braudis, at KB Sports _ KB, I'm just going to go straight into the recap of Friday's show. Wild outcomes on Friday's show, man. We went 1-3. We missed our home run play, which was a three team parlay. The 0.25 unit play was Wainwright, Brubaker, and Wells over on the K props plus 571. We missed that one. We did hit our triple, which is a 0.5 unit play easily. I might add Nationals Braves over 9. The double and the single hurt us. Our double was the first 5 run line on the Royals plus 100. That didn't hit, but they ended up coming from behind and winning the game outright. Our single also, that was the Orioles first 5 run line plus 100. That didn't hit the first 5, but they ended up covering the full game run line. So a couple of frustrating outcomes there. But overall, this season, 17, 14, and 1 plus 4.35 units. Man, it was a good run. We hit five straight winning shows. Now I think this is our second straight losing show. So we need to get back on track today, and we can get straight into it. Our home run play is Brian Bayo, Boston Red Sox, 4.5 Ks. He just faced his team a week ago, got his first career start, first career loss. He only lasted, 4 innings, and he only had 2 Ks. But dude had a strong K per 9 in the minors. And I think he moved up from the AA to the majors in less than like 20 starts. So he has a lot of momentum on his side. It was just, to me, it felt like a first start jitters, you know what I mean? Like a debut. Where he was struggling in that spot, but Rays they strike out at a high rate. KB, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, bro, you said it right. Bellows' first start was versus the Rays. It happened last week. The jitters are out of the way. Everybody's first major league start, dude. I mean, if I was a 23-year-old kid going out there, Kabang, I would be nervous too. And now he gets to take on the Rays again. I'm glad he has a similar team. We don't usually see that where guys debut as first team and they get to go up against them 1 week after. So he's going to be comfortable. He knows the guys. He's going to be mixing up the pitch arsenal. He brings in a really good pitch arsenal. This changeup is nasty. The movement on it horizontally, vertically, great spin rate on it. And he also brings in a sinking fastball about 96, 98 miles an hour and with a deadly slider. So again, he has the stuff. And like Kabang was mentioning, in the minors this year in AAA, 51 innings, he had 72 Ks. If you go to AA, he had 33 innings pitched. He had 42 Ks. The upside in his Ks is unreal. And this could be one of the last times we see it at 4.5 if he completely comes out here and just shoves. And I think he does. I think he does have a good start. Boston's favored in this one. Even if he gets hit around, I think they're still going to leave him out there for 4 or 5 innings. Give me 5 innings, 1 K per inning. The guy has all the upside in the world. You mentioned the Rays do strike out a lot, man. 24th in baseball, striking out 8.8 times per game this year. Looking at their last 3, almost 12 times per game. Going 1 through 9 through this lineup, nobody really scares me. They all have high K percentages. Give me Bello Ks over 4.5. Keep it simple, Kabang.
Yeah, I think to me, I think it's a big over adjustment because his debut start, his Ks was at 6.5. Only had 2 Ks because obviously we talked about the jitters, and now it's moved down to 4.5. I think that's just way too low for someone who's known to be a strikeout pitcher. So I think we're going to see some positive regression here on that.
And I think when you have one of these young kids, Kabang, like he's 23, I mean, he wants to have a name, so he's going to go out there and try to shove. So I really do like this.
100%. Yeah, I like that play a lot. All right, so let's go to our triple. We got another K prop, but we're going the other way here. We're going with the under on Lance Lynn. KB, go ahead and start that off.
Yeah, Lance Lynn, man, guy, former Cardinal. He pitched with the Cardinals for like 5-6 years. So, again, know him well. And now he's been putting up fantastic numbers last year, 2.6 ERA with a really good whip. But now he came back from injury. His first start was on June 13th. He's only pitched in 5 games, and he's actually got hit around, Kabang, a 5.3 ERA. A whip that's not usually like him. I do think positive regression is going to happen for him, but his matchup today versus Cleveland is one we want to be on because, again, Cleveland does not strike out. They're number 1 in baseball and least strikeouts. They're even better at home. Lance Lynn, it's a tough task here. He doesn't have he has like high powering stuff as far as his arsenal goes, but other than that, it's going to be 92, 93. and his swinging strike rate, they're going to put the ball in play. So I think Lance Lynn can come out here and have a good start. But as far as K's goes, I don't see it happening. Looking at Cleveland's lineup 1 through 9, I'm very confident they can put the ball in play, work the count. And again, Lance Lynn, he's one of those guys that you do like the back. I don't know if you saw last game, Kabang. This man, when he does get a strikeout, he'll celebrate it. He'll talk shit. Again, this guy is very vocal on the mound, and I just think Cleveland's not going to be striking out here. So I think it's a good spot to take his under. That's really all I wanted to say. Cleveland doesn't strike out. Keep it simple.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Guardians strike out at the lowest rate in the league, 18.1%. Against starting right-handed pitchers, even lower at 17.3%. And at home, even lower at 16%. So they just don't strike out a lot. Like you said, they put the ball in play, whether they get the hit or they get the out. In 11 games this season as home dogs against starting right-handed pitchers, the Guardians struck out just 5 times per game. And Lynn, he's hit 5 Ks or less in every start this season except for one. But if you look at his opponents, every one of those teams were in the top half of the league in K rate. So now he's facing a team who's the lowest in K rate. And so to me, I really like the spot here for Lynn to go under 4.5 Ks.
I do one thing too, Kabang. Looking at his pitch arsenal, forcing fastball sinker. You're going to get that 50, 60% of the time. It's hard stuff. It's not like he has a nasty changeup or a nasty curveball. He does have those pitches, but he doesn't use them. This guy goes right at it. He throws a lot of strikes. Cleveland knows that. So I, again, love this spot. And I saw somebody in the comments talking about Boston versus the Rays. I do lean to the Rays. That doesn't mean anything about the K prop. He can still get hit around, but I lean the Rays, just not touching the side.
Makes sense to me.
Yep.
Let's move on to the double, which is our 0.75 unit play. Phillies first 5 run line minus 1.5. And that's plus 100 on the line there. What are your go ahead and start this one off, KB?
Yeah, so Nola on the bump for the Phillies. And obviously, I'm a Cardinals fan, St. Louis guy. Man, we are slumping right now. And if anybody's coming out here to make a case for the Cardinals, I would love to hear it because fill me in on what's happening. I'll tell you what's happening, though, Kabang. In my opinion, the lineup has been really shaky right now as far as it's only Goldschmidt and Arenado. Tommy Edmonds kind of fell off a little bit lately. We were injured. No O'Neill. Yachty's out. Dickerson hasn't done anything at the DH spot, so we're using guys like Nootbaar, Romy for the backup catcher. Dickerson, again, it's just you got those young guys, Yepes and Gorman. But other than that, this lineup does not scare me right now. We need those guys back. And right now, I think we're just trying to survive until the All-Star break. And the runs just aren't coming. You got Pujols in there too, trying to carry the offense. It's just been rough, and now you get to go up against Aaron Nola, the guy that's been really good this year, 3.15 ERA. His whip or his FIP is even better. Kabang at 2.9. Advanced numbers look great. 12% swinging strike rate, 9.7 K per 9. I liked his Ks a lot too. Cardinals do a pretty good job at not striking out, but I think he carves them up today. I really do. We have an over or under 7.5. I think that's a perfect number to put it at. I don't see how this guy's over with the Cardinals offense lately. We know they struggle versus righties, and I just think Nola is going to be a hard task for the Cardinals. We can't hit the basic, simple guys, and now we got to go up against Nola that looks like in his prime right now. I mean, a whip under 1. He's looked incredible, and I know Miles Mikolas, he's going to go out there and give the Cardinals a good performance at home. But again, if they can't score runs, I'm not worried. Phillies have already faced Mikolas. They tacked him for a few runs. I think they can tack a few here. I think it's like a 2-3-1 kind of first 5 here, and that's all I see, bro. So I'm definitely with the Phillies here. I trust their lineup more currently, and I definitely trust Nola going up against the Cardinals lineup rather than Mikolas going up against the Phillies lineup. So, yeah, that's my short and sweet little take, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at this first 5 here, and the Cards, and you talk about the Cards like more recent performance, right? They're 15-6. 6-15 on the first 5 run line in their last 21 games. Opponents are averaging 3 runs per game in those first 5 innings compared to just 1.5. So like you mentioned, like a 3-1 game is sort of what we're looking at here in the first 5 innings. So that makes a lot of sense because it matches up with sort of the data that we're looking at in their last 21 games. During that same time frame, if the starter was Miles Mikolas, they're 0-4 straight up and on the run line in the first 5 innings. So he hasn't covered one in 4 straight games at the very least during this run of 6-15.
I will say something, Kabang, too. Miles Mikolas, if anybody believes like in this, he believes in like these diamonds and rituals. So yesterday before the game, he went out and lit like some flame, and he got interviewed about it. And apparently he was just trying to get the bad juju out. So Miles Michaelis knows something's up with the Cardinals, and he's trying to light stuff to make it better. So if you believe in that, maybe he comes out here and shoves, but I'll take my shot on the Phillies lineup. I don't think the Cardinals score a run in the first 5. That's my bold take. So maybe an under is a good look here too, but I'm confident in the Phillies lineup. I think they can tack one off Miles Michaelis.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The other thing that I was going to add too, like you were mentioning about Nola and how he's been performing, he's allowing under 1 run per game in the first 5 innings as a favorite this year, and that's a 14-game sample size. So to me, that combination of just no run support for the Cards lately, and then also Nola as a favorite, that just makes me like this spot a lot more. So Phillies first 5 on the run line -0.5, that's plus 100. So that's a good number there as well. It's not like we're laying any juice at all.
And slumps are a real thing. Slumps are a real thing, and that's what's happening in the Cardinals right now. And until they prove it to us, Kabang, we're going to keep fading it. You know what I mean?
100%. Yep. And then so our single, I believe I think we're like 5-2 or 6-2 this season on the single, which is our top bet, our 1 unit bet. So that's the most important one of the day. And today, we had me and KB were looking at this in 2 different ways. We were looking at it as a Tigers money line at plus 115 or the Tigers team total over at plus 100. I think either way, it's really pretty much correlated here, but we went with the better odds at plus 115 because if the Tigers hit over 4.5, they're likely going to win this game. KB, you want to rock with this one?
Right, and this is rare, guys. This is game 2. It's the Tigers versus Royals. It's a doubleheader today, so don't go betting the first game. Hopefully the Royals win the first game because you know that theory, Kabang. If you win the first game, it's hard to sweep a doubleheader in the MLB, so that would be cool if the Royals could take the first one with Keller on the bump, and then the Tigers come out game 2 strong and take this victory here. I love this spot. Fading Daniel Lynch coming back from the IL. He was pretty good when before he went on the IL. He faced Oakland and the Angels, though, so I'm not going to give him too much credit. His K's was up. He does have a nasty slider, but other than that, he's not anything to write home about. You look at this Detroit Tigers team, dude. Versus lefties, they have a 704 OPS, a much better average. Again, this team loves lefties way more than they like righties. Daniel Lynch does not scare me at all. I know he just had 2 good starts before he left the IL, but again, he's coming back. He had 1 rehab start. He went out there 3 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks. So I think he has a little bit command issues, and I really do think the Tigers can come out here and put some runs up on him, and then you get to face one of the worst bullpens in baseball, the Kansas City Royals. I think this is a great spot to take Detroit on the money line. Again, I know the pitching Fado for the Tigers. He's not sexy, but he has been a little bit better on the road. I can get behind him a little bit, but I think the Tigers just come out and score runs here, Kabang. And I know you mentioned that before. I like the team total as well, but how about you give some advice on this one?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Lynch has missed a few starts here. He hasn't started since June 22nd. Tigers are 1-4 straight up at home this season when Lynch starts. Opponents are scoring 5.2 per game against the Tigers when Lynch starts at home, and he isn't getting much run support. Royals are only scoring 2.8 in those games. Surprisingly, we look at Fado, like you mentioned, he isn't a fade as a dog. That's one of the biggest things here. Tigers are 6-2 straight up this season as a dog when he starts, including 4-1 if they're on the road in those spots. And they beat guys like I think it was Kluber and the Guardians. He played some tough teams here and starting pitchers, and they end up winning those games. So to me, this is a spot here where we're looking at the Tigers as a dog against a team that really isn't getting much run support here in this spot. To me, that's the Tigers here, and we're getting plus 115. It's even a little bit better. Yeah. So I like the things that you mentioned, especially with, like I said, I think either way here, Tigers money line plus 115 or the team total over. We can go either way on this one. I like both of those spots.
Yeah. You made a good point too about Fado's a punt. This is going to be the easiest lineup he's faced all year, the 26-year-old for the Tigers. So I do think this is a good spot. And since it is the second game of doubleheader, I want to stress that so people don't go bet the first game. But if the Royals do take the first game, I'm going to love this bet even more on the Tigers for the second game. So keep an eye out for that as well.
100%. I definitely get that piece too as well. So yeah, guys, that's our 4 plays. Real quick in and out we're at the 15. This is actually our longest show ever, but I'm gonna run through our plays real quick. Our home run is the 0.25 unit. We got Bayo 4.5 Ks over 4.5 Ks minus 110. We got Lance Lynn on our triple. That's a 0.5 unit under 4.5 Ks plus 102. You're getting plus money there. The double is the 0.75 unit. Philly's first 5 run line plus 100. And our single, our top play of the day, our 1 unit play, Tigers money line plus 115. Remember, that is game 2, guys. Game 2. That's the one with Daniel Lynch here and Fado. So make sure you guys are aware of that. So that is our 4 plays, guys. KB, anything to any last comments?
Let's just have a bounce back day, Bang. It's Monday, July 11th, man. It's going to be a good week. We do this show Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So thank you guys for checking us out. That's all I got, Bang.
That's it. That is the end of the show. Thanks to all who tuned in on YouTube and on Twitter. If you are on YouTube, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button before you bounce. Make sure you check out the links in the description as well. KB's Twitter is on there. KB's daily podcast is on there. It's called the Bettors Box Podcast, so definitely check that out. And as always, I have to end with this. Please remember, whether you fade us or follow us, it's on you to make that call. Good luck on all your action. Till next time, peace.